Welcome back to the channel. We're going to get right into it here. We've got 3 games with Riders Republic, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Cyberpunk to use for examples of the 1080p AI upscale. So what that is we've got 1080p in-game resolution and 1080p stream being AI upscaled to 4K on the Shield TV Pro. Then over on the right side, we've got the RTX 3080 on the Shield TV Pro with a 4K in-game resolution and 4K stream. So we're going to take a look at the differences there. Now, I've always been very impressed with the 4K AI upscaling, but of course, if you really dive into it, the native is going to look much better. You can see the netting out there disappearing a bit more and smudged out, definition around the flags, wood grain in the pool, and that type of thing here. As we move on into full screen, same type of thing. It's just going to be a crisper, overall cleaner picture. You can see the 2160 by 60 frames per second over there, and then we'll switch over to the 1080p by 60 frames per second. Again, lighting is the only real difference here because of the sun and the time of day, but the graphics are 100% matched on both of these. It's just the difference in 1080p being upscaled or 4K. Now, looking out here, what we'll do is we'll zoom in and you'll see the difference here, but the definition in the trees and the branches and that type of thing, again, while the AI upscale does a decent job, when it comes to the actual 4K, it doesn't quite hold up. It looks more like painted on blotches in the distance there versus the more definition of the individual branches and stuff that you can see here on the 4K side. So really interesting on this one. Now we're going to get over into Guardians of the Galaxy. And things will start off looking pretty similar here, but the first thing you'll notice is the movement in the grass. And what that is part of the AI upscale. There's so many blades of grass in there and so much processing happening. It makes it look like it's moving around, and that's typical. You'll see other things like definition out there in the tractor, the growing vines on the house, the siding. Much clearer on the 4K game and stream side than over on the AI upscale side, and a lot more detail is retained there. And as we get inside, I just have a quick look here at the text. It looks very, very similar, but if you look close, you can see the sharpening around the stars and some of the text and that type of thing. But I just zoomed in on this for a second to look at it. I thought it was interesting. Now, the bigger thing here would be the hair in this. When you have a lot of fine details, again, like that grass or like hair, grain and wood, different things like that, the upscaling is definitely going to be way more noticeable and not near as clean and nice of an experience as you'll get from 4K in-game resolution and stream, which you can see here very evidently, and we'll zoom in here and take a look as well. Much cleaner, of course, on the 4K side. While I'm still impressed by what 4K AI upscaling can do, especially for priority tier or whatever the case, man, this native 4K stream they have, the in-game resolution being at 4K, it just really makes such a nice difference, and what brings this RTX 3080 up to a level of trying to compete with consoles, especially at 4K. Really impressive. And as we're taking a look at Drax here, there's no hair or anything, right? But we've got the details in the skin that you can really see a difference around his eyes and on his chest there where the red paint is. And the AI upscale is kind of changing the lighting there and taking some of the detail away. Also, a quick scene here in the mirror where I zoomed in. A bit of a blurry image either way because of the mirror in game, but the hair and the beard and everything just so much clearer on the 4K side, and even details in the jacket. Now we're going to get ready to move over to Cyberpunk as well, but I'm going to wrap up my part of it and kind of leave you guys with it to check it out. There's a ton of stuff I didn't point out in this video. I find these to be so fun and interesting to get into. The 1080p AI upscale is still really awesome, but man, that 4K game and stream is so clean on the RTX 3080 on the Shield TV. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video as always. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave your comment below. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.